this world, teach you, feed you, dress you, clean you every day, why is that we no good when it comes to making decisions? Why is it not good that I must be stuck in a little office on the ground level where you can sit on the third or fourth level in one of those cozy offices with a cell phone and a laptop and you name it, and make decisions that will affect me at the end of the day? And then 80% of the time I question the decisions that has been made. Because typically in the wine industry we would find that decisions are made by a core group of, and I will not name the gender, you know by now who they are. And then somehow the message is being filtered down. So me at the bottom level receive the message and alarm bells go off and say, oh no, but I don't think I was consulted. Did anyone ask me how I'm feeling about this? No, because it's not really important for you. You just have to do, you just have to comply. And that is typically how it goes at a farm level. And I'm talking about general workers on farms. I'm not saying that women have positions at the farm level or where they are positioned as a farm worker, where they cannot fill leadership roles, because we do have a wonderful increase in women filling those leadership roles that we want, that act as team leaders, that involve themselves, and somehow, but you can count literally on your two hands, there's a small presence of women that's being involved at the managerial level. But, to a point, you get your line and that is where it stops. And then you have to go and make sure the job is being done. Furthermore, the fact that we are more in terms of percentages in South Africa, one would think if we are more, there should be more opportunities, even though I'm always keeping to the back of me that we have the issue with HIV, poverty, malnutrition, and we can have the list. Right? I think South Africa has been a critical example when it comes to highlighting issues of that, because to the northern borders of our country, it's somehow we know the problem existed, right? But even though our statistics are far lower than our neighboring countries, we always act as if we are the worst, right? Which is not the case. But it creates opportunity and avenue for us as a population, and predominantly for women who are perceived as the primary caregivers of households, to open up the gateway so that we can have more focus being placed on the relevant issues, things that are close to a mother's heart, things that would make a difference in society. Now, shifting the conversation a bit, you know, in 1994 it was worldwide on the news. South Africa had its first democratic election. And we, our South Africans, had a joy, we had fun, we said, goodness gracious, we've been waiting our whole lives for this difference to come. And here it is, it has arrived. 13 years onwards, and we're looking back and saying, what difference happened? Nothing. We still feel marginalized to some extent. We still feel being cut out. And we attribute that to some extent to the small minority of people in key positions. Literally, ladies and gentlemen, they are standing with their one foot in the grave, but they hold on for dear life. They are simply refusing the younger generation with all the energy. And you should know that South Africa, because of the existing problems with HIV and AIDS, and things that I've mentioned earlier on, that our population is young, which means there is a presence of energy, but somehow there's a minority group that's pressing or preventing that energy from instances where the energy just erupts, but it erupts into the wrong way. It doesn't erupt into the positive way where we can assist and grow and develop. It is we want to protest, we want to get rid of those people, but our existing laws doesn't allow for any killing. Like I would have imagined, it's the same in Austria. It's an absolute criminal peak of atrocity to kill someone because it's taking a life. But the avenues are not created to the extent that we can say that our young people are being pushed in the right direction. And I'm not saying young people is under the age of 25. I think Charles and myself believe we are still young too. Although I read up on some statistics last night. Apparently just under 10% of the South African population grows beyond the age of 60. So I think Charles and myself should start worrying within a couple of years. Like I said, management is a very sore point. It's not easy to get in, and when you are in, you are being shushed, quieted down, and somehow in two of the managerial positions that I felt that you really start believing, but am I here for the skill that I bring to the table? Or am I here just because of tokenism, just because I'm being used as a window dressing to push numbers up or get, the fancy term in South Africa is being used, equity, right? We have quite a wonderful set of additional vocabulary words that entered into our system post-1994. So for something like the simple gender, male, female, they dish out and think